In this installment, we're going to be going over the NFL bets for Week 7, the late games. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for our Week 7 late slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into those games, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91, and don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 8.51 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we are well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment because that helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience, and that is the main goal. Now, for the Patreon, yet again, if you did not sign up, we had a very good Friday. It was a complete sweep. Every play I gave out came through. I gave out Duke on the money line. I gave out Oklahoma State plus 9.5. I had that in the parlay. That came through. I had the Oklahoma State by itself, as you can see, plus 9.5 with the cover. We had the Yankees I gave out, and I gave out the Mets. So Yankees, I waited for this one here. That game jumped off really quick, so I waited for an opportunity to get plus money. Was able to do that in the 8th inning there. Plus 126, added a little bit of boost on there. Very solid pick. I also gave out Oregon minus 20. It jumped up to 30, obviously, because the injury to Purdue's quarterback. But I gave out the minus 20, paired it with Oklahoma State. That cashed as well. So we had a really solid night, and as you can see, the Mets right there. Swept on Friday. Solid picks on Saturday as of right now. If you want to get locked in on the Sunday plays, the link is provided down below. You sign up, you click on the net, you get access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. First up for the late slate here, LA Rams 1-4 in SoFi Stadium, going against the Las Vegas Raiders here, who are 2-4 in this particular matchup. If we're looking at the current odds here, Rams are huge favorites, minus 350 on the money line, with the comeback of the Raiders at a plus 275. Point spread set at 7, total points set at 43.5. For the public bet percentage here, 94% of the bets, 80% of the money towards the Rams. For the point spread, 65% of the bets, 72% of the money towards the Rams as well. And for the total points, we have 81% of the bets, 73% of the money towards the over 43.5. All right. Looking at this injury report here for these two teams, we're going to go over to the Rams injury report. We have Q tags on Cooper Kupp. He's trending towards playing. Jordan Whittington with a shoulder issue. He's trending towards playing. So they're going to have a nice 1-2 punch here for Matthew Stafford with Whittington and Cooper Kupp. We're waiting on news for Joe Noteboom. That's going to be another positive for this offensive line and protecting and giving time for Matthew Stafford. He's looking pretty healthy on that offensive line with Logan Bruss, Joe Noteboom, Rob Havenstein. All those guys look like they're going to be fine for this game, all right? And they're definitely going to need it because the Raiders, their strong suit is going to be on the defensive side of the ball, and that number one player is Max Crosby, all right? Max Crosby was able to get in limited practice on Friday. That's a positive note. They're definitely going to need him in this one. Adam Butler, D-tackle, we got to wait on news on him. He did not practice on Friday, so he's highly questionable. The guys that they're going to be missing is in that linebacking core, and that's not going to bode well when you're facing a LA Rams team that leans on the run game and then plays off play action from there. And then that's when Matthew Stafford becomes really, really dangerous. He's dangerous anyway, but if you can get Kyron Williams here going, then that's a big issue, all right? Tommy Eichenberg out. Kanai Maga out. Jacoby Myers is out. And remember, they don't have Devontae Adams. So they're really down to just Brock Bowers and a bunch of Trey Tucker and a whole bunch of other scraps at the wide receiver position, okay? Looking at guard Dylan Parham, he's going to be out, and we got a couple Q tags on Zamir White and John Jenkins with Q tags as well. All right, so this team here in the Las Vegas Raiders come in very hampered. They just lost Devonta Adams, their top wide receiver, and they're on 2-game losing streak here, 32-13 to the Pittsburgh and 34-18 against the Denver Broncos. All right, this particular game here, I see something very similar. Rams struggling 2 games in a row. They had a bye, so they have been keyed in on this game here against the Raiders, and this does not set up very well for them. All right, this is going to be a clean sweep here. We have a Rams, a hungry team with the better quarterback, better weapons here, and coming off a bye, really in a spot where they've really been waiting and hungry. Rams full sweep. Rams on a money line. Rams to cover the spread at -7 and the over on the 43.5. I'm going with the over here. We've seen this Raiders defense give up back-to-back 30-point games. I think the Rams can do that as well. And we're going to be in a situation where O'Connell and the Raiders are going to be forced to play catch-up. I do see them. I can see them putting up some points to push this towards the over. But still, the Rams are going to cover this very comfortably. In Washington here, 4-2 Washington Commanders in Northwest Stadium going up against the Carolina Panthers, 1-5. Looking at the current odds here, we have the Commanders -500 on the money line with the comeback of the Panthers at +375. Point spread set at 9.5. Total at 51.5. Public bet percentage here, 98% of the bet. Wow, 98% of the bets, 99% of the money all over Commanders. With a point spread, 81% of the bets, 89% of the money all over the Commanders to cover the spread. And for the total points, 69% of the bets, 80% of the money towards the over 51.5. Looking at this injury report here, starting off with the Commanders, we do not have information yet on the Friday, so this could be crucial information here. They have not, as of right now, they have not put out the Friday injury report for the Commanders and for the Panthers, so everyone here is pretty unspecified. If you see 2 DNPs, most likely they're not going to play, but it depends. If they got in limited work on Friday, then they're going to be highly questionable. Game status for some of these guys for the Panthers. As of right now, we're waiting on news about Deontay Johnson. All right. In the Friday practice, I did read up. He came up with a late injury in practice dealing with his ribs. All right. So we need to wait on, he had some leg issues, and now with a rib issue here, he's going to be a true game time decision coming in on Sunday morning. So we need to find out and wait on Deontay Johnson. That's a big factor here for the offense of the Panthers here going up against the Commanders, because that can be a big spot for them to keep up pace with this Commanders offense. Okay, it's going to be very key. Everyone else right now, we have no clear one that's the definite out. Maybe Jadeveon Clowney with the 2 DNPs and Clayton Sherrillis with 2 DNPs. Okay, those are candidates to be out for Sunday, but definitely stay tuned to news on the injury report for both of these teams. All right, now coming into this game between the Commanders and the Panthers, these are 2 of the poor defenses in the league. Just some numbers looking at running backs. The Panthers are 32nd overall, 32nd in the red zone. They're giving up 133 yards rushing, 2 TDs. So that's going to bode well for Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler. Looking at the other side with the Washington Commanders, yes, they might be ranked 20th and 22nd in the red zone, but they're giving up egregious numbers. 119 yards rushing a game, 5.3 yards a carry. All right. So if we're giving Chuba Hubbard, if we're going to allow the Panthers to get into a run game, then that's not going to bode well for them. That's going to help Andy Dalton to move the chains and keep up pace with the Commanders. All right. Now, looking at these 2 teams here, going off their last couple games, I get a little bit scared when we're talking about 90%. All right. 90% is sometimes can be egregious. All right. This is a spot where it can be very dangerous. Everyone's all over the Commanders, a very public team right now because they are red hot with Jaden Daniels as their quarterback. They're coming off a loss against Baltimore, granted. All right. But this team here, 3 games in a row, we have the Panthers not covering 9.5 spreads. All right. All these games are double-digit losses. Bengals, Chicago, and Atlanta. This can be a key point here where this could be value. All right. I could see some value here in the Panthers keeping it close. Not saying they're not going to win. I don't think they're going to win the game at all. But I think the value is on that 9.5. All right. If it jumps up to 10, hop on it. All right. So for this particular game, obviously Commanders, I think they win, but there's no value in minus 500. If I want value, I'm going to be trusting the Panthers and the veteran quarterback and Andy Dalton to keep this game close enough here to cover that number at 9.5. That's what we're going to go with. All right. If you don't feel comfortable taking that play, I love the over. The over is the main play. All right. Over 51.5. Don't got to deal with a cover or a money line. Just take the over in this game. There's going to be tons of points in this particular game. I need to know if Deontay Johnson is in or out. Okay. So hopefully if he's in, that's going to be 2 thumbs up. Great spot for the Panthers to cover. All right. So over on the 51.5. And I've had to take the value. Give me the Panthers plus 9.5. We have a Super Bowl rematch here in Levi Stadium. San Francisco 49ers 3-3, Kansas City Chiefs 5-0, undefeated team. One of the 2 undefeated teams left in the NFL. Looking at the current odds here, 49ers minus 125 on the money line. Chiefs on the comeback as underdogs plus 105 on the money line. Point spread at 1.5. Total points at 47. All right. Here's the stat for you. When Mahomes is an underdog, he is 11-1-1. All right. Just to let you know. All right. 11-1. Okay. So this is a rare occasion. Sometimes it happens in the Super Bowl. It happened twice in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs as underdog. So you get a gift here. All right. Full game public bet percentage here. 62% of the bets on the Chiefs. 78% of the money on the Chiefs as well. So sharps and public on the side of the Chiefs. Looking at the point spread here, that's why that number dropped from 2.5 all the way to 1.5. Point spread, 78% of the bets, 79% of the money on the side of the Chiefs. All right. For the total points, 76% of the bets, 66% of the money towards the over 47 in this game. That's going to be a very interesting point here with the over under. That's going to be a key factor. Now, remember, I usually say avoid public underdogs, but there's one exception. All right. There's actually 2. 1 is Tom Brady. 2 is Patrick Mahomes. All right. When you got Patrick Mahomes, why are we betting against him? Why? Do you not like money? I don't know. I don't know why would you bet against them. All right. If there would be a week that they lose the game, I'm telling you right now, it wouldn't be this one. It would not be this one. All right. So looking at the injury report for this game. All right. 49ers looking at some key outs. Juwan Jennings, he's going to be out. So they're losing their number 3 wide receiver here. They still have Deebo Samuel, obviously, and their other wide receiver, Brandon Ayuk, on the other end. Okay, so they still have tons of options with going along with George Kittle. Q-tag on Darrell Luter, out on Jake Moody. So they still got that backup kickers. That could be a big point here. Ricky Pearsall will be activated. Their rookie wide receiver will be activated in this game. That really doesn't matter much. It's going to be his first game. I don't expect him to get much action as well. We have Matthew. Oh, my God. Both kickers are... Bro, who's kicking? Who's kicking? What? Jake Moody and Matthew White. They got a backup kicker. So they had to rush and find. Oh boy, this is going to be rough. I don't know who they found off the streets. Somebody that was at ShopRite or something. But they have somebody, or they're going to be doing what they did before, going for it on 4th down. Which you might have to do anyway going against the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs on the other end, Michael Dana, he's been out for I think he's out for the year. He's on the IR because he has a torn pectoral. So he's out. That's fine. They have a pretty clean rap sheet here for the Chiefs, okay? This game here, I don't even need analysis for this. I don't. We're going with the Chiefs. We're going with the Chiefs on the money line. Chiefs plus 1.5. the key factor is going to be the total and the points. And the way the Chiefs wins games are with the defense. I don't expect this to be a back and forth. I like the under in this game. All right, I'm be contrarian here. I'm not just going to. I'm not going to take the over here. All right, the way that the Chiefs are probably going to win this game is going to be with defense, rushing the football, and timely first downs. Okay, and it's going to be with the kicking game. Harrison Butker compared to a third-string kicker, it's going to come down to that. All right, so give me the Chiefs and a full sweep, and we're taking the under on the 47 in this game. All right, we're moving on. Last but not least, here in Acrisure Stadium, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers 4-2 going up against the New York Jets 2-4. In this particular spot here, the current odds, we have the Jets as road favorites here, -130 on the money line with the comeback of the Steelers at a +110. Point spread at a 1.5, total at 38.5. All right, so for the injury report here, this is the newly Devontae Adams, all right, New York Jets, all right, newly acquired here. Looking at the injury report, Michael Carter is going to be out yet again. He was out in that Buffalo Bills game. DJ Reed is questionable with that groin issue where he left the Buffalo Bills game. If both of these guys out, Michael Carter and DJ Reed, it's going to be Sauce Gardner and Brandon Echols at the corner back position, which still is pretty solid. Echols has been a long time New York Jet cornerback, all right. For the rest of this injury report here, Q-tag on Tyler Conklin, Q-tag on Chaz Surratt, linebacker. Looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers, Nick Herbig, outside linebacker, pass rusher, he's going to be out. Zach Frazier, starting center, he's going to be out. Cordarrelle Patterson, backup running back, he's going to be out. And Dylan Cook, offensive tackle, he's going to be out as well. We have some Q-tags on DeMonte Casey and Roman Wilson, their rookie wide receiver. All right, so this game here, we have the Jets with their newly acquired I forgot about the public bet percentage. All right, so public bet percentage, 55% of the bets coming in on the Steelers as the underdogs, 69% of the money coming in on the Steelers as well. So sharps are on the Pittsburgh Steelers on the money line here. So this is it's not even public. It's the sharps coming in on the Steelers, thinking that this is just too much value here. Jets are frauds, and coming in here into Acrisure, which could be granted here. The Steelers have been played very solidly this year, but they have made a QB change, and that's going to be a major key factor. All right, for the point spread, 52% of the bets coming in on the Jets to cover the 1.5. 72% of the money is coming in on the Jets to cover that 1.5 as well. So either people are taking the Jets to cover or they're just going with the underdog. All right. For the total points, 84% of the bets, 72% of the money towards the over 38.5. All right. Now, in this particular juncture here, Jets coming off 3 losses here. Denver Broncos, where they should have won that game. Minnesota, Aaron Rodgers messed that up. And Buffalo Bills, they had that win and weren't able to finish it off in that late fourth quarter. So 3 losses in a row. Steelers bounced back against the Raiders. So that's going to be a positive note for them. The key factor here is going to be have to be Russell Wilson as the quarterback in his first start this season. So that's going to be big. If it was Justin Fields, I might lean towards the Steelers in this particular spot, but we're talking about Russell Wilson, first action after his calf issue, and that's where the Jets can exploit him in his first full game as the quarterback of the Steelers. All right, he didn't get much work in the preseason at all as well. So this is a lot. This is a lot here. Jets, highly motivated. We already have a connection between Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. I think they can exploit the defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers, which has been very solid this year. But with the Jets moving towards more of a run game here with Breece Hall, they can work off that and then get and find opportunities for Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, and Alan Lazard to be put in very good positions here. This is a very dangerous offense here for the New York Jets. I think it's going to be too much to handle, and this is the correct favorited team here. All right, Jets are going to get off the schneid and end their 3-game losing streak and beat the Steelers here in the first start for Russell Wilson. All right, so we're going to go with the Jets on the money line. Jets to cover the -1.5, and I'm going to go with the under 38.5. I think the Jets can put up points. I think the Steelers will struggle to put up points. Yes, the Jets do have a weakness of stopping the run, but a guy not to worry about is Najee Harris. If we're talking about a run game that has explosive running back, like James Cook, guys like that, then yeah, I'll be a little bit more afraid. Najee Harris is a running back that the Jets can contain, and will be in better position here. I question what the Steelers are going to do against these weapons, offensive weapons here for the New York Jets. And then Russell Wilson has to get acclimated with this offense as well. All right, so Jets money line, Jets to cover the point spread, and for the under 38.5. Those are going to be our selections for the late slate. Let me know in that comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? We can definitely debate about that in the comment section. Also, if you want to sign up for the Patreon, all right, if that's in the description section, you click that link, you get access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon. Peace out.